At Tallgrass, I caught A Man Called Ove. Now, I'd actually seen this movie in the screening process because I'm one of the programmers, and I liked it very much. I gotta say, I thought this was the best narrative feature at Tallgrass this year. This is based on a book, and because of this, it had a pretty good turnout. Sold out crowd in one instance. So anyhow, A Man Called Ove, it's from this year. It's about this guy named Ove, of course, a Swedish bloke. I think they said he's like 60 years old, though I thought he looked older. He's actually younger than I expected. He's like about Bruce Willis's age, but he looks older. Anyway, Swedish guy, curmudgeon, has a lot of strict rules around the neighborhood he lives in. You can't take any cars on the path, so you can't have a car anywhere near the houses. His wife recently died, so yeah, he's pretty sick and fed up. He's tried to kill himself several times with rope, suffocation, hell, even thinking about standing in front of a train. Always something comes up that steers him away from it. New neighbors move in with kids. They're trying to be friendly to him, but he's being a douche. But, he starts to lighten up. He's like, okay, somebody's got to teach you how to drive. And I've got a Saab. And Saabs are the best cars and all this. There's the other guy in the neighborhood he used to be good friends with, but the guy drove a Volvo. And he eventually got sick, and now the guy is nearly paralyzed. And, these little bits there. There's flashbacks showing the story of how he grew up, how he came to know the world, how he met his wife. There is one flashback I gotta disagree with. So he's sleeping, and his house, he just fixed it up, and then there's a fire, and the house burns down in a fire. He sees the fire from the building where he woke up, and his house is on fire. Wasn't he sleeping in it? But that causes him to move around while he's out on the train, meets this girl, falls in love with her, they get married. They doesn't tell all this stuff straight up. You start understanding a few things slowly. They see that his kitchen is kind of miniature size. He's like, yeah, it's for my wife. And we see the story of how they went on this honeymoon, this adventure in Spain. There's a bus accident. His wife was pregnant. Baby didn't last. And now she's stuck in a wheelchair. So he comes up with these renovations. Makes the kitchen to her size. She wants to be a teacher, but no one will hire her, even special needs classes, because she needs a ramp. He sneaks out at night, builds a ramp for her so she can get to the school, and then it's by default she's hired. I was actually kind of confused by that, because it's not like they said she had the job. But it's a bit of a tearjerker scene, and even seeing the movie on the second time, I gotta say I was tearing up around this point. Well, Ove gets a little sick, falls down the middle of the street, but he's made good with everybody. And he goes to the hospital. They say, oh, your heart's too big, but you'll live. Then I kid you not, 5 minutes later, he dies, in his sleep. And they have a good turnout for his funeral. And you see all these different ways this curmudgeon affected all these people's lives and how much they appreciate him. And he wakes up, and he's basically in heaven, meeting up with his wife again. It's a good movie. Like I said, there was this point there where I didn't really understand what was on fire necessarily. Maybe some of the jokes don't quite transfer over so well. A little lost in translation. Localization of it may even take a little bit of it out. This will probably get some kind of American remake that everybody's gonna love, because that's the way we do shit. But I give A Man Called Ove 3.5 out of 4 stars.